Watu, habari yenu, welcome back on my couch. This is Jikoni Time with Obai, and of course, I am your host, Obai. This is where I bring you real people, real stories, and the untold stories. Maze, I have a guest today. You all want to hear from him. Ish! This guy, you have seen him on all the local stations by then. He started from Citizen. He moved to NTV. Then he moved to KTN, and now he is a world-renowned figure because he reports for BBC, the Kenyan correspondent, both Swahili and English. Maze, this guy has an amazing story. Yani, the package is full. Like this, you want to listen to the end. Now, nataka aiseme over and over again. You'll never get tired with his story. This guy is just amazing, and his name is none other than Ferdinand Omondi. Hakuna mtu mwingine anaweza sema story yake kama yeye mwenyewe. In fact, it's his first interview ever to tell his journey. Sikiza story yake. So, here is the man ambaye anaitwa Ferdinand Omondi. Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Habari yako?
Salamu.
Uko vipi?
Uko vipi?
Corona usana nafanya hivi.
Hata tungeweka kokota hapa katika.
Glasses.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Simwage nje.
Uko.
Sorry.
Anyway, sasa
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah,
umetoka upande upi ndio ukafika hapa sasa hivi?
nimefuata GPS
Burunda. This is called Burunda.
So to Burunda, yeah. Niliogopa juu sina passport, but nimefika, so I'm glad. From the other side of the wheelbarrow.
Yes. Huko mnaendesha wheelbarrow.
Kwa sukuma wheelbarrow wazee. Kwa mbele.
Karibu sana to Burunda. Welcome on my couch.
Thank you. It's nice.
Hey, Fadi.
I could close here.
Na kuona nilikuona hata kitambo kwa kamtoi pale Tidy High.
Oh yeah.
Hebu niambie story ya Tidy High.
Good day. So Tidy High, it's interesting. Your time I just left college. So I kind of maliza shule, and then watu nakwambia kazi ni kazi. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I'd actually applied for some job. These ones they call graduate trainees wanted. So I applied. Nikaita interview somewhere usiku. Yes, I want B- in maths, B- in English. This looks like a serious job. Unaweza kuimagine NIS, sijui meteorological department, graduate intern. Oh, my friend, nikaenda kumbe ilikuwa ni kazi ya Cassino, you guys.
Wapi hapo sasa?
King's Cassino. It used to be on Kenyatta Avenue. I think it's a salon or something. So I went there. Those guys told me, well, we are looking for croupiers, dealers. If you watch all those movies, wale wanapata alafu wanapanga. That was supposed to be my job. So after doing the interview, nakwambia it's gonna be 6 months training without pay. Ukimaliza you will be paid 8,000 bob a month in Mombasa and 9,000 bob in Nairobi. Buda nikaanza kupiga hesabu, lakini siwezi kurudi kwa mama yangu. So nikaanza kubudget bila, nikaanza kuishi Kibera. That fly has been sent back to the position. Vile ndio shikilia subject. Ndio kunaribia juice bwana.
Na karibu juice.
Vile uchumi tayari kokona. So anyway, I went to Malindi. I took, I think 4 days. But the kind of training that was being done there taught me that you don't just settle for anything. First of all, unavaa nguo haina zip ya mbele, haina pocket, and your hand stays straight on the table because one chip is worth 10,000 euros. So the guy tells you, I'm training you, but I don't like you and I don't trust you. I trust my money. So ukitaka kukohoa, unainua mkono, you sit back. You cough or you sneeze, and then you show your hand is free, you put it back on the knee. And training was from 8 to 5 every single day. I lasted 4 days. I told God, if you're gonna put me through this...
Watoto jirani, tunashoot. Watoto wanarudi shule lini baby?
16 by December watakuwa shule before Christmas. So then I did all that, and then I told myself, I had a sit down with God. Niwaambia mimi narudi Nairobi na sina kazi, and you better find something for me to do. So mimi nikarudi Nairobi, nikaitwa na trainer fulani hapo, one who I used to train with, kafanya naye kazi 8 months, anilipi, nikaboeka na yeye pia
8 months bila kulipo.
Yeah, first of all kwambia I'll be training you as well. Mimi, everybody was just offering me training. They told me I'll train you to be an editor because I had not done a lot of editing as well when I was in college. This new digital editing, nilikuwa na shule, so I would go and work for him. So after I think was it 3 months, akaniambia I'll start paying you 5,000 ndio confirm da kuongeza. So mimi napiga hesabu yangu, okay, this is not exactly what I wanted to do, but akiniongeza ifike kape ka 30k hapo. My friend, but hiyo trial naambiwa sasa, and you've done well, but I don't think I'll pay you much more. Kuna siku nilifanya kakosa hapo, so I think use that as an opportunity to tell me I won't be paying you much more. Nikaona sasa nimetoroka ile kazi nyingine na kuja hapa pia
the same thing.
I quit again. I had a conversation with God. Mimi sasa nitafutie kazi. So the day I quit is the day I was called by somebody at Royal Media Services on TV. Niaje, I can remember you from college. You did some very nice projects for us. So hii mambo ya tenda wema nenda zako. The guy remembered me from the project I did for them because I voiced their documentary. And then Mrs. Malloy the job. Acha kwanza ni msifu baadaye ni msifu. Say Malloy, thank you. So she called me. And I did a voice test, and then nikaanza kufanya kazi ya kufanya classifieds. Sio Radio Citizen, kuna wakati wa classified. Je, unasumbuliwa na mende? Nunua hii na hii. That is how I got into media.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I did it for 3 months, and then I was supposed to be it was a rotational thing. So nilisema mimi siendi kuchukua pesa yako kwa HR, sirudishi badge because I need my footing. Buda nilichapa Royal Media 1 year bila kulipwa. Nilikuwa nishi Jamhuri Estate.
Ulikuwa unaendaje kazi wewe?
Food subishi. Mimi Jamhuri.
Kwa hiyo whole year unatembea
mwaka mzima
mzee. Royal Media.
Yeah, shati yangu ile black ikageuka ile grey shirt ile ya toss, ilikuwa na tra nyingine I think huko ayani. I don't know that was cordro, I don't know what material it is. Polyester fulani hapo.
Lakini ya kusurvive.
Ikichafuka ukifanya fanya hivi nakuwa safi. Kasukuma na kuania. So eventually when when I was there, they started poaching people from KBC, the best producers, the best presenters, wakaanza kuingia na tukaanza kufanya kuna dalili ya watu ku employed. So I was at YFM as an intern. So they fired some people, including somebody who asked me to get an internship there. Akafukuzwa na nikatoa kazi yake sasa kwa zile. Imagine. So Piano Makena, thank you. I really felt bad, but you know. But she's the one who actually hooked me up with Mudoni Buika to get that internship. Na ni yeye aliniambia kuna auditions at Tidy High.
Okay.
So after tamaking for 2 years, kaanza kukuja zote mara moja. Kapata kazi na radio, then I did audition ya Tidy High. It was a very closely guarded audition. Kambi wewe usiseme wewe kuja tu. They only want a few people. So I went. Mimi nika audition. Some minor role because watu wa KNT walikuwa hapo magwiji wa kwa. The first day of the rehearsal, the guy who got the character Mule that people know, akakosa hapo. So the producer then, who is Baraza, told me, "Ebu jaribio role ya Mule." I used to see myself as najua maskini jeuri, mimi buja saishe nitasema na baba. My friend, kazi kitokea, hata kama you want to be, you will be ghetto. Mimi I was either mtu wa Nairobi ama mse wa Ocha. Ghetto lifestyle, I wasn't exactly sure about. Ask me about being like Mushamba, I was very good at it. But I was an actor, so I did it. Akaniambia, you know what, please don't forget their roles. And that is how I got into it.
Ukafanya Tidy High miaka ngapi?
Nikachapa Tidy High. So vile nilichapa Tidy High hivi, again they were doing something na Citizen TV. I saw Masi Uburu came in. Na yeye anodera. Hizi jina kubwa za kitendo kwa pole.
My friend.
Kuna tsunami, ile tsunami ya baba. Because tsunami inachapa. So what happened is I am a very restless person. I don't sit in one place, so I can't do an office job. So in between going to voice classifieds, wanafanya Citizen kidogo, I was still doing it. Alafu nakimbia nafanya kidogo ya Rambo FM, networks. Wananipatia ka kitu, unasukuma. And then one day I was going to say hi to my friends in the studio. So kuingia hivi kufungua one of the doors, watu karibu 30. masuti zile za Sahel, watu wameng'ara. Naangalia huko, okay, I won't mention their names, but they were prominent figures from other media houses. Nikauliza what's going on, nikaambiwa ni screen tests. Nikasema now this is what I've ordered.
Nimeangukia tu, I've just bumped into it.
Sasa lakini I'm not invited. I'm still in that grey shirt of mine, but then it was
fine. Umenunua na ulikuwa umepata kakiro.
Sasa unajua my friend, unashukuru mwili kwanza za kid, unashukuru mwili na pombe. And then I didn't see that happen. Another thing, so before I had done that shopping thing, is when they told me is when I did. That day I was just rough, because as you do radio, you don't really have to dress up nicely. And I think that was my first month. So you have to come that's the thing. So I told myself, I am going to ask, what's the worst that she will do? Ataniambia no. Come back to studio one. Hi. Zile hi, mnaandikanga siku hizi HAE. My name is Ferdinand Omondi. I work for IFM and I would like to audition. Do a screen test. What do you like to do? Sasa hizo hata sikuwa nimeamua hata kufanya. Nikapiga hesabu like in 3 seconds. Now there are 40 people. Nikisema main news, naweza kumaliza number 5. Business pia sio nikana lakini sports, I'm sure a lot of people will do sports. So I said sports. Siku hizo najua tu futa peke yake. I do not know what cricket bat is. I do not know what a golf green is, but I did it. So nikateremka huko chini nikaambiwa you are next. Mimi na hiyo shati yangu favorite na nywele yangu kwa juu na kavile inataka. I said may my talent shine. Kapitia screenshot hivi, kapitia auto cue after about a minute, breathe in and breathe out, and I read it the way I felt I should do it. My friend, 2 weeks later, wakati nachukua script zangu kimbia wa FM kusoma, Mercy comes to me and tells me, so Ferdinand, if you wanted to hire you to come and be a sports news reporter, how would you feel? Or are you okay with it? Roho yangu nataka nimrukie ni muhani. But office, you know, you are being decent. So I was like, if you are the bosses, if you speak to my bosses and they agree that I move, I will move. 2 weeks later, contract ya TV ndio imefika. Meanwhile, I'm still doing Chaidi High. So ni mshahara tuwili tu dogo lakini now it's adding up to something. But now the trick was I was now becoming a TV personality and a news personality. Mule was just Mule. So because of the clash of character, some of my editors advised me to. I did not want to drop Chaidi High at all. And I dropped it just as I had been nominated for Chaguo Latini's Best Actor. So I had to go out with a bang like that. Like, you know what I mean, my friend? Because rehearsals will be like 3 days a week. Those are weekdays when I should be working. And then sasa saa mbili umeonekana na uniform, au unaiba vitu Kibera. Saa tatu umevaa suti unasoma news. So they just told me hapana wewe chagua. And the pay was kidogo. That time Chaidi High was like 5 episodes.
I don't know
So that was even the commercial break.
Commercial break.
So anyway, I did it for I think 2 episodes. Then I had to leave so that I pursue news. So the one thing I can only add, the only regret I had is that we used to be paid 3K per episode when I was there. Tukatoka TV. 10,000. Karibu ni resign kazi yangu ya TV because now they were earning like double my salary.
I know.
Mtu akichapa mwisho wa mwezi ni 40K bila tax. Mimi nikachekatwe haikuwa iko nafika sijui 20,000 bwana.
Wow.
But anyway, nashukuru Mungu that's how. Yeah.
Hey. That's a journey.
You know, it's been a journey, my friend. You see, there's a lot of things that happen in the life of a person. And my life has been up and down. Like I lost my parents when my dad just when I joined college, and I had young brothers after me. Then immediately I got my job, I lost my mother. So hii mshahara yako hata unaipata, you cannot do a lot of things with it because you have school fees to pay huko nyuma and so on and so forth. And in the middle of these 3 years after I joined Citizen TV, I was laid off. Kuna tsunami ya pili ilikuja na mimi pia nikafagiliwa. So you have all these things and then kuna ile mafis law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong or something like that. Iyo, the month I was laid off, nikapigwa ngeta. Kuna jamaa alinipigia simu akaniambia wewe nasikia umepoteza kazi bwana sasa wewe fanya hivi kuja. It was actually a lady. Her name is Rose. Hi Rose, if you're watching. So Rose told me, umenunulia pombe sana ukiwa na job, let me buy you alcohol today. Sasa unajua ile mshahara wako kidogo umeshafukuzwa nayo hutaki kunywa na. So I had like some 3k which was in my pocket I think because mwanaume huwezi ingia kwa bar bila. But I said nenda kununuliwa. I went to the club. Alinunua. Oja mili tatu whatever hizo zilifika mpaka I think 2 or 3 a.m. So nimetoka, it was that club that was opposite Nation Center. There used to be Ibiza and then there was that kulikuwa na club again. It has been so many things. Now it's a Java. Hiyo siku ndio ngoa nikienda home, sasa ninaangalia simu yangu zimenishow saa 8 usiku nikitembea
kwa street.
And then utaki kupanda taxi because I'm like today I'm going to spend strictly 40 shillings and be happy. Ilikuwa ni mbao kutoka South Bimba Katao na nitakwenda mbao kurudi. Sasa wakati natembea I'm just feeling something going around my neck. And in my head kitu ninaniambia ati maybe it's your friend who has seen you atakufanyia.
Kumbe una
kidogo nasikia na mbona hii mkono hailegei, by the time I realized napigwa ngeta I was losing my breath kabisa. So I'm trying to hold ndio nisi and I was fighting them like ile sasa instinct nilishikilia simu nasikia kama wewe ana resist na nisema weke kisu hey because of a phone nikafanya mkono hivi so I'm trying to talk to them ati basi can't speak. They took my phone, took my handkerchief, and they left me empty. Ikaenda. So when I woke up, I didn't even know najiuliza leo nimelewaje mpaka na hiyo ndio sapa. So najiuliza niaje leo nimelewa mpaka na tembea kwa barabara. Nimelala kwa pavement. Alafu natembea na hii mvua inanyesha. Washaje kwa pavement. And I saw red. Oh my God, I've been robbed. Sasa unajishikashika hivyo nothing. Na una bleed vibaya sana. Luckily for me, tumekusikia jogo. So luckily for me, nilitembea mpaka kwa stage nilikuwa na Shifika Road. Nikaenda huko stage yao, nikapata she was the last passenger. Na gari inatoka. Akanikimbiza wasi. She had finished her money. It's not like she was a rich girl as well. She was a young chick like me. Aya ndo pesa akachukua, kwanza alichukua simu yake, akapelekwa hospitali South B, akaacha hapo hivyo, and then I went nika 7 stitches sasa bado alama iko hapo hivi. Alama
nilifikiria ulianguka
no wonder niliamua ni change style na hii corona wapo sionange kuna so that's literally what's happened. It has always been ups and downs. So luckily for me I took only 2 months and that's how I got myself into TV. And then I told myself so basi hapo kwanzia leo kampuni sio ya mama yako. It's a good chance. Die.
Ukatoka NTV.
Yes. So I did NTV for 3 years. And I actually lied about how much I was being paid when I was the NTV. I have never said this. I don't even know how I've said it now, but I guess it's now. That was 11 years ago. 2009. Yes, 11 years. I'm old. So yeah, when you listen how much are you being paid at yes. Utasema 30 my friend utaongeza shilingi 5,000. I quoted some ridiculous figure hapo hivyo. It was closer to 100. So kitu niliogopa ni wasinitishe payslip because I would have had to go to River Road to get a payslip that reflects that. And what I told them I was being paid is what they offered me when they gave me the contract.
Awesome.
Nikasema nitoke kwa excuse sasa bwana.
Wewe God alikuwa amekutembelea.
God alikuwa amenitembelea nikaanza kuangalia maisha yangu hivi nililia machozi nikiangalia hiyo contract kaniambia kumbe these things are possible. So that's how pole nikafanya 3 years. When I fit 3 years nikamaliza, I did a good job. I moved from sports to main news. We did what was called the county edition. Nikamaliza. After that I was transferred to Mombasa as a regional reporter on my 3rd year. So when I got there...
You went to Mombasa when you're still on Apple NTV?
NTV. Actually, my last year at NTV, like I went to Mombasa on September, I think. Around the period when Abu Drogo was being killed. Because that is what latched me to prominence.
Yeah.
If you come Mombasa as a regional reporter, then there was terrorism, then there's Mpeketoni killings, and then there was Tana River killings. So every weekend, I was a top story. My profile shot up. So if I do, well, may they rest in peace, but it's journalism.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, put me on the map. 3 months later, Joageo moves to KTN. And he's the one who actually encouraged me to do regional reporting. So when he moved to KTN, akaniambia, you guys out.
Nataka kukuja.
See, you stay in Mombasa and you just badilisha microphone. He was like, see, what you do ipande juu vile inataka. And when I told NTV to promote me and waniongeze kakitu, they made me senior reporter, yes, but so that was the first time when I actually negotiated myself. And then now I can now say from then on, I think now life is becoming a bit bearable. Not bearable, but better, because now my brothers were joining university, wengine wako high school. And so, you know, every career move I make, I look at myself and how I'm moving, but also in terms of your personal life, where do you want to go? So don't just work because you love your job, also work and look at how you're trying to better yourself. So I joined KTN, I did 2 years. And at the end of those 2 years, somebody texted me, Sijai mjua, akantumia DM ya Twitter, my first DM from a stranger. He's out, wait. Unafanya kazi nzuri sana Mombasa. I was a journalist, I think. Was a journalist at MTV. I know your work, you're doing very well. Have you seen this job vacancy in the BBC? They want a reporter based in Mombasa. I was like, what? BBC nataka reporter Mombasa? Yes. Yeah, so why don't you apply? I was like, kama kuna kazi inakaa tu ni yangu.
Hiyo.
Ni hii. Lakini BBC si watu 200. You know, there's always that part of you like you can't be like hapana. Kwani nini? I applied and then it's such a long, there are several pages of applications. Page 1, page 2, page 3, nikachoka, nikasahau. When I went back in, it was a day late. So the last 3 pages of application were just scrambling kujibu tu nione kama itakubali kusend because it was past deadline. Ika succeed. Ikaenda 2 weeks later, naitwa interview. Nairobi, sasa sijui nitaendaje Nairobi bila kudanganyana, because now I'm based in Mombasa full time, and with local media you don't just leave your station, you have to announce. My boss happened to go to the US. I don't know, did I take leave? I think I took like some 2 days, 3 days leave. Kuja Nairobi, kapo hivyo, found some guy called Jonathan Chapman, my current boss was there. I was to join BBC Swahili service. They've been sending so many people to Mombasa sababu ya all those things that are happening, so I think they needed somebody based there. So mimi naulizwa maswali najibu tu, andika hii najibu tu, and they needed somebody who could do radio and TV as well. So that is the advantage that I had over most people. I was fluent in English and Kiswahili. Sikili jaluo, hawezi ongea Kiswahili bwana.
Well, yeah. Na mbeka sindeza Kiswahili.
Vikombe ukombe. Ngona ijua sana. So I did it, and yeah, they offered me the opportunity, and I also had to now pay and bigger sub, because the first time I was joining the BBC, it's not like the pay was gonna go over the roof. People have this mentality that you work for the national media house, you're paid in pounds. My friend, it's okay. Can't go beyond that because, you know, but it was just like I needed a 14 with the national media to get better experience. And I've never regretted it. This is now my 6th year, I think, with the BBC.
So from Mombasa ukapostiwa na Nairobi.
Mombasa pia nikachapa kazi na BBC, I think, was it 2 or 3 years? 2014, 15, 16, 17. When did I come? End of 2017 now, Mombasa went calmed down. So I was doing stories like once a week, once in 2 weeks. Back when I jishuku, do I still have a job here? Then I used to be called so much to Nairobi because now I needed to fill in for other people. And at the BBC, everything is advertised, including jobs internal. So there was an internal vacancy for a reporter based in Nairobi. I applied. And nilikuja interview kama kila mtu, and I saw some very prominent journalists as well. But now this time was like, I know this house. I know this job.
This is my hometown.
You are not going to kick me. Let me see money. You won't come home. Nichape kama Crystal Palace. So I did it after competitive whatever. process, I got the job. So that's how I've been based here. So I'm the Kenya correspondent reporting in English and Kiswahili, radio, TV, online, and where required. I travel out of the country. So I've gone for training in Sweden. I did the elections in South Africa. I've gone to Somalia. So, yes, that was quite an experience to cover the elections, which was bilifanywa kwa airport hangwa because they couldn't do an election. So kama unapigia magavana wote, then you elect them, then the governors elect their president, and the process of making a constitution so that I think in the next few years, I can't remember the date, they can do the proper universal suffrage. So it's been a very fulfilling experience, and now I am at that stage where I'm now reevaluating my life and see nimefika wapi, what is it do I want to do I want to stay in media, nikarudi shule sasa hata. Mimi ni first year.
So ni first year.
But I can't be bullied. Weze kunibully?
Ulikuwa umesomea mass com?
Yes, I went to the Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. KMC South B. Diploma. Mimi ni diploma nifikisha hapa. So I did that and then nikamaliza. I was able to go through. I don't know how my mother did it, but she paid second year, third year, na salary a primary school teacher. I later on saw a lot of bank loans and statements, and I'm like, to mom, I hope I can give this back to you. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that because I got my job, and she decided that she maliza Cassino hapa duniani. But that's why I did my 3 years, and I maliza. Then I term up for like 2 years. And so after that, you know, when you want to do a degree, for me is now parallel, which is very expensive. And I had a brother who needed to go to university and so on. So nilimpeleka, graduated also with communication. He was a very bright guy. He had ideas of doing electrical engineering and stuff like that. That's vile nilionekana kwa TV kabadilisha maneno. Mwambia, what are you applying for? Nikasikia tu communication. I was like, oh, okay. Then last born came in, he qualified, alifanya vizuri, akapelekwa na job, which was a bit of ease the pressure from me, yes. So mimi ni kulipa tu accommodation na utu pesa kidogo na kugongwa kiasi cha haja, which is fine.
The trips.
Yes. Those are trips. Yeah. So he graduated this year from the UN with a BSc in meteorology. So when I realized pressure imetoka, nikajiambia mimi sasa acha pia nirudi sasa. Nichape degree. I don't need it at the BBC because they don't look at papers, they look at what you can do. But if you look ahead at your life and where you want to go, you never know what opening will be required. Maybe I will want to be a governor and they need a degree.
They need a degree. Rudi Kenya and Uganda.
Yeah, yes, you need to Punjab University. It's like your man. I do not want to swim to India for my degree. So I decided, so that 3 years from now, there's a lot of flexibility with my life.
How do you deal with them? Hapo nje ukitoka watu wanajua this is Ferdinand Omondi. That name.
Wow, it's wide. One of the reasons I joined the BBC was to be forgotten a little bit. Because it's crazy, there's a lot of pressure with the local media celebrities. And right now you can see how even musicians, your private life is followed so much.
Exactly.
Unaingia kibanda tu unapenda ugali matumbo, you guy. Kuna siku I was walking in town. Nimecha gari somewhere. Somebody, Freddy, unatembea wapi gari yako? Even work on payments. And even kama sina gari, that's not life. That's if I don't want it then I don't want it then. You know, I used to go, especially when I was now at KTN, and I appreciate the acknowledgement. Hi Ferdinand, good to see you, good job, those ones are fine, you'll enjoy it. Because it also opened doors. There are people I call them so that's the good part. The bad part is I'm going to have lunch. I'm having lunch with you, tunakunywa kajuice na kamaji hivi. Somebody sees me, sasa niambie, ulikwanga mule. He invites himself, he sits down, anaanza kusip juice yangu, or he orders tea, anataka. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, I'm having a private time. I've gone on dates which have been interrupted.
Wow.
Dates. Unajaribu kupiga Kiswahili hapo, mtu anaingia na Spanish yake. Oh my god. And then I think the funny ones is I remember another one when we were in a club. The guy was very drunk. He insisted on hugging me every 4 seconds. So at some point I was like, hey, personal space. Kaita bouncer. But what you do is you just be yourself. I don't put pressure on myself, so I live how I want, how I feel I should live. I try to live within my means. If you see my Facebook page, I stay very, people like calling it humble, but I call it being myself. I was raised as the son of a teacher and, you know, an ordinary man, and I was raised as a Catholic, and I was previously an altar boy, and there's so much humility pumped into the system, it becomes very hard to change later in life. And I think the biggest problem with some people is that when they join media, they want to be celebrities, they want to be people who are known, they want to use their influence. When they come to do you know who I am? I've never used that line. It is so condescending. I don't even know how people use it. Mpaka sahizi, even when people know me, hi, I'm Ferdinand, hata kujiintroduce na kujoke. Okay, fine. But you never know. Because other times pia kuna wale ambao watakuonyesha madharau because they expect you kuwa na maringo. Exactly. So unaingia kwa meza where there are strangers already seeing sneers. What did I do? Unanichukia before I even open my mouth. Then later on, kumbe you're such a nice anyway, so it's life. It's life. It rotates. Yeah.
Gosh, that is a long accent. What's umekulia tu huko Shago? Hapo tuseme uliza.
Kwa nini kuna accent?
Hii accent comedian.
Well, I've been trained in the UK. Yeah. I was in London for a month.
Kuna kaujaluo nasoma kwa umbali.
Jaluo hawezi enda ng'ambo arudi bila accent bwana. What is wrong with you? It is a waste of talent and the air ticket and the accommodation. You know. So anyway, the thing is, mine, I don't think mine is an accent. Mine is, I try to speak English the way it is. I won't say pull over. Now that's an accent. It's a pull over. You see, you cannot say which is the nearest word. God, there's some words which anyway, I can't remember. But every time you try to speak English, vineyard. I won't say tortoise when I know it's a tortoise. I want, you know, it's the few, because when you voiced things for the BBC, you will get feedback. The word is this. The word is not this. So the English we speak in Kenya, in fact, it's called African English. So ile attempt ya to make sure you get the pronunciations right, not pronunciation right. You start appearing to be someone who is developing an accent, but it's just an attempt from me to speak English in the manner that it's supposed to be spoken. Because once you know this word is like this, you will not say it. Because for instance, there's heart, and then there's a heart, then there's my heart. So and then you hurt me. I was wearing a heart. I live in a heart. You broke my heart.
It is
it's different. It hurts. So when you told it, I'm hurt. Itatokea kama you understand what I'm trying to say. So these are the nuances that you try and work on as a journalist, so that you not appear but to look as professional as you can. Because the same way ushasikia wa Chinese wakizungumza Kiswahili, ukisikia wakizungumza, how do you feel when they torture
una jam?
You're like, oh, just speak me how, man, forget about it. Yeah. You know, so it's the same way when you learn other people's languages, try to speak it vile. Hata Kijaluo, sama chakwa Kijaluo tupayabange yabanga mana obango lecha. As in, nikianza kuzungumza Kiswahili pia, I stayed in Mombasa for 4 years. Ubaya niliishi na watu wa Nairobi, so I woke up in the morning expect nishikamo babu, utasikia buda ni aje. Bamburi is not a place for to live in.
Watu wa Bamburi.
Watu Bamburi, watu wote wanaanza na Bamburi. Alafu wale
si wote wanajua.
Beren Bushi wanaenda Nyali. Na cement na nani? Hatutawataja wanajijua. So but you get to learn that pia ukwenda there's different lahaja. So as a journalist you just try your best to speak the language in the way it's supposed to be spoken. So it's not really an accent. It's and my mother was a teacher of English. So you had to speak English. See that kuna napewa disk ndani ya nyumba sio shule. There were days where we could not speak Kiswahili. Sasa msichana we were raised speaking Kiswahili. I was brought up in Kericho actually. Hapo mahali mnatengeneza mnakunywa chai. Hizo majani chai yale majani nimeyakojolea kweli nikiwa kijana kidogo tukicheza kule ndani. So I fertilized some of those things. So in Kericho we would speak Kiswahili. So we already knew Kiswahili. So the next thing to do was to speak English. So even siku za kuongea Kiingereza when we wanted to fight it was very difficult. Manake amenimwagia maji. Wacha kunimwagia maji, but you can't say it in English. You are pouring for me water. You are pouring for me water. So you had a truce. On the days that Kiingereza we never used to fight. Because you can't fight in English when you don't have the vocabulary. Yeah. When you are adults now you can fight because now you know those very crazy words. Exactly. It helps. So I'm also grateful for the way we were brought up to try and just master the language. And I love languages. I'm currently learning French.
Taki mchezo.
Je m'appelle Ferdinand Omondi. J'habite à Oyugis. Je suis journaliste.
Ningetusielewe. Ningesema unaweka accent.
Sema très bien. So aussi bien. Très, yeah, tu sais, French pia c'est très bien, très. Ndio sababu Waluya wanazungumza French kwa urahisi.
Sana.
Washamakoko. French in 2 months. They are fluent.
Three things you don't know about Ferdinand.
Three things. Oh my God, what don't you know about me? You know, but I'm a pretty good singer and dancer. I'm not gonna sing, I'm not gonna dance, but I'm a pretty good singer and dancer. Number 2, unless you follow me on social media, I love martial arts.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can take care of myself. I've done taekwondo.
Karate. Before ngeta.
After ngeta nikasema sitapigwa tena. So I did a bit of taekwondo, I did a bit of karate, I did of boxing. In Mombasa for 2 years I did Muay Thai. Thai boxing. So nikitembea usiku sina uoga sana, but it also teaches you to be alert and to be respectful. So it's only purely for self-defense. The third one, I used to say. Nitachoma. I will ban. I don't know. I don't know the third one. I should have said sing alafu ningeka dance kando because separate. So see hizo sasa ni tatu.
Hiyo ingine tumejaza. Jasha pengo. Sasa tunasema jasha pengo.
Yes, hiyo ingine nikisema nitachoma. Wacha ikae. Sitaki vige ini mupasho. 3 things you didn't know about Ferdinand. Number 2 will shock you.
Number 2 will shock.
So I'm not going to shock you. Hiyo mtajua baadaye.
So leo tuko na mtu mwenye ana pronounce words the way unafaa kupronouncewa. So this is on my couch.
Yes.
I am the host.
Yes.
Nataka u close this show. Niambie watu wa subscribe.
You know, as journalists, tunafanya text kama 74. Anyway, as we close, it's been a pleasure being hosted. It's the first time I'm doing an interview about myself on Patrick Obai's YouTube. We know each other from church. We are very holy people, but we're also very vibrant. So we give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and God what belongs to God. So if you love this interview, there's a lot more coming where that came from. So like, subscribe, share. Peace out.
Sisemi chingine.